When you look at the background that we operate in on the technology side, the pace of change has been inherent in the market, fast pace of change, technology life cycles being very short. When you look then at the traditional physical infrastructure, it's a very, very different approach where projects are built for 10, 50 years. Hence, in the tech sector, 3 years and things have all changed and things have been turned on their head. And so I think being more agile in the infrastructure sector is going to have to be a real key, and adopting technology and changing as projects move on during their life cycle. And I think the other key point really is the skills gap, and that's where we've been looking at how the skills can be injected into the infrastructure sector, whether that be by buying in technologists into these infrastructure businesses, whether it's about collaboration and partnering up, whether it's about buying in these small SME companies to actually inject the technology expertise. So there's a whole host of different models, I think, but filling that skills gap is one of the key challenges for the infrastructure sector. So how will the procurement process look different? From a technology perspective, I think we'll see a lot broader collaboration. I think at the moment it's really in its infancy, and what we're seeing is that the way in which infrastructure providers go for projects and the way in which they approach risk is very different from the way that the technology providers do. And so I think over time, as these markets collide and collaborate better, I think we'll see a very different approach to how risk is viewed, and I think it will make them be able to bid for projects in a more agile way. And I think that's what's going to need to be done, is a less of a clunky approach that we're starting with in these early days of infotech. Best definition? Well, I think it's simply the digital disruption of the physical infrastructure space. It's the way in which digitalization, and particularly from where we're seeing data, is changing the way in which infrastructure can be built, operate and decommissioned, and the way in which data is starting to make those assets become more intelligent and be used more effectively and more efficiently. So it's data.